Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off our session today with the Product Management Learning School. This is the place where we believe in learning by building and leading by doing. On this first slide, you'll see our main title, and you'll notice the inspiring subtitle, Learn by Building, Lead by Doing. Over the course of this presentation, we'll explore the key concepts, strategies, and practical insights to help you become a more effective product manager. So, let's get started and make this a valuable experience for everyone. At PML School, we believe that teaching product management is about more than just theory. We focus on empowering you to learn through hands-on experience so you can truly grasp the skills needed in the real world. Our approach is all about leading with confidence, encouraging you to take charge and make impactful decisions. We also emphasize innovation, helping you develop solutions that make a difference in the digital age. Ultimately, our goal is to help you thrive in this fast-paced, ever-evolving digital era. This slide highlights our community-led approach to learning, meaning you're not just learning in isolation, but engaging with others, sharing ideas, and growing together. The core idea is simple: learn by building and lead by doing. Instead of just listening to lectures, you're actively creating, experimenting, and applying what you learn. This practical, experiential approach is what sets us apart and prepares you to succeed as a product leader. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Hello, everyone. I'm Amit Garg, your product mentor and trainer. Today, I want to share some insights that are crucial for anyone looking to excel in the product world. As we go through this, keep in mind that the key to success often lies in understanding both the big picture and the smaller, strategic details. We'll explore how to approach product development with a mindset that balances innovation, user focus, and practical execution. Remember, effective product management isn't just about ideas. It's about turning those ideas into impactful results. So, let's dive deeper into the core principles that can help us all become better product professionals. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. So, why do startups and their products often fail? Well, there are a few common reasons that tend to crop up time and time again. First, one major issue is a lack of market need. If your product doesn't solve a real problem or meet a genuine demand, it's going to be tough to gain traction. Then, there's often a problem with running out of cash or poor financial management. Without enough resources, even the best ideas can fall apart before they really get started. Another key factor is the team itself. Sometimes, startups have the right idea but lack the right skills or experience to execute it effectively. Misaligned team dynamics or poor leadership can also derail progress. Additionally, ignoring customer feedback or failing to adapt to market changes can leave a product behind. All of these points tie back to our overall theme. Understanding what can go wrong helps us build better, more resilient startups. By recognizing these pitfalls early, we can develop strategies to avoid them and increase our chance of success. All right, so on this slide, we're going to explore what you will learn and build throughout this course. First, we'll look at what a product actually is and the core functions involved in product management. Understanding this foundation is essential because it sets the stage for everything else. Next, we'll dive into the Software Development Lifecycle, or SDLC, which is the traditional process used to develop software. It helps us organize and manage the development phases systematically. Then, we'll take an overview of artificial intelligence, what it is and how it works. This is crucial because AI is transforming how products are built and managed today. We'll also examine the product management lifecycle alongside the product lifecycle, so you can see how managing a product is a continuous process that spans from conception to retirement. Following that, we'll compare AI product development with the traditional PDLC, highlighting the unique aspects and benefits of integrating AI into product development. We'll also look at the roles of an AI product owner, a product manager, and a business analyst, understanding how each role contributes to the success of AI projects. Finally, we'll discuss applying Agile and Scrum ceremonies, which are essential frameworks for managing projects flexibly and efficiently, especially in fast-evolving AI environments. Throughout this session, these concepts will connect to give you a comprehensive understanding of modern product management, especially as it intersects with AI. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Let's take a closer look at the SDLC, or Software Development Lifecycle. This is a structured process that software teams follow to ensure everything from designing to deploying software is done systematically. It helps us manage the complexity of software development by breaking it down into clear, manageable phases. The main purpose of SDLC is to ensure that the final product is of high quality, predictable in its outcomes, and developed efficiently. By following this process, teams can reduce errors, improve planning, and deliver reliable software on time. When we connect this to the overall theme of our presentation, SDLC is essentially the backbone that supports successful software projects. It's what helps teams stay organized and aligned throughout the development journey, ensuring that we meet our goals effectively. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Let's take a closer look at the hierarchy of AI, ML, and their subfields. This slide shows how these areas are interconnected, with AI being the broader field that encompasses many different technologies and approaches. Within AI, we have machine learning, which is a key subset focused on algorithms that improve through experience. But it doesn't stop there. ML itself has various subfields, like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning, each with its own techniques and use cases. Understanding this hierarchy is important because it helps us see how specific techniques fit into the bigger picture of artificial intelligence. It also illustrates how advancements in one area can influence others, driving the overall progress of the field. So when we talk about AI, ML, and their subfields, we're really discussing a layered ecosystem, each level building on the previous, contributing to the powerful capabilities we're seeing today. What AI can do, and what product managers should do. Today, I want to highlight the key capabilities of AI, and more importantly, what this means for product managers like you and me. AI has the power to automate tasks, analyze vast amounts of data quickly, and even generate insights or content that can enhance our products. But with this power comes responsibility. It's not just about what AI can do, but how we guide its application effectively. Product managers need to stay closely involved in understanding AI's potential, setting clear goals, and ensuring ethical use. This means integrating AI thoughtfully into our strategies, focusing on user needs, and maintaining transparency with our stakeholders. Ultimately, our role is to harness AI as a tool that complements our expertise, helping us build better, smarter products. So, as we move forward, keep in mind that the most successful implementations will be those driven by informed, proactive product management. Let's take a closer look at the PDLC, or Product Development Lifecycle. This is essentially the complete journey of a product, starting from that initial idea all the way through to launch and beyond. It's important to understand that PDLC isn't just about software. It applies to any kind of product, whether physical or digital. Think of it as an end-to-end process that guides us through every phase, ensuring we develop a product that meets user needs and business goals. From conceptualization, design, development, testing, to deployment, and then ongoing improvements, each stage is crucial. By understanding the PDLC, we can better manage our projects, anticipate challenges, and deliver products more effectively. It really ties into the overall theme of how structured processes help us innovate and stay competitive. Let's take a closer look at the differences between AI product development and traditional product development. On this slide, we see an overview that highlights the key distinctions. Traditional product development typically follows a linear process, with clear stages like planning, designing, building, and testing. It relies heavily on predefined requirements and often takes longer to adapt once the project is underway. In contrast, AI product development is more iterative and data-driven. It involves continuous learning and refinement, often starting with a prototype that improves over time through feedback and real-world data. One of the most important concepts here is the flexibility and adaptability of AI development. It allows companies to respond quickly to new information and changing market needs. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding these differences helps us appreciate how AI can accelerate innovation and improve product performance, but also requires a different mindset and approach compared to traditional methods. Let's take a closer look at how AI product development differs from traditional methods. Traditional product development usually follows a linear and deterministic process. That means we plan out what we're going to build, then we build it, test it, and finally launch. It's a straightforward sequence that tends to be predictable. On the other hand, AI product development is quite different. It's more iterative, which means we go through cycles of development, testing, and refining. It's also data-driven, relying heavily on the data we collect from users and other sources. And because of that, it's probabilistic, meaning the models learn and adapt based on new information, constantly evolving. So instead of a fixed plan, AI development allows us to be more flexible and responsive, making improvements as we go along. This approach aligns with the overall theme of innovation and adaptability in technology development. It's a dynamic process that leverages data to create smarter, more personalized products. Let's take a closer look at traditional product development, which follows what we call a deterministic logic flow. Essentially, this means we start with some data, which acts as our input. Then, the software applies fixed rules. These are the rules written by developers. And from there, it produces a solution or output. What's important to understand here is that for a given input, the output will always be the same. For example, if you enter your username and password correctly, the system will always log you in. Conversely, if you type it wrong, it will always show an error message. This consistency comes from the fact that the rules are fixed. They don't change or adapt over time. This approach has been the foundation of many traditional software systems, where predictability and reliability are key. But as we move forward in this presentation, we'll see how this deterministic model differs from more modern, adaptive approaches. Let's take a closer look at how traditional product development leverages AI. The logic flow here is probabilistic, meaning that we start with data, raw input that feeds into our model. The model then learns patterns from this data, which it uses to make predictions. So essentially, we provide the data, the model analyzes it, and then it outputs a prediction. Now, this process isn't a one-and-done. It follows a continuous life cycle, which is cyclical in nature. After deploying a model, we gather new data, and that data is used for monitoring how well the model performs in real-world conditions. If we notice any model drift, meaning the model's predictions are becoming less accurate over time, we need to retrain the model with fresh data. Once retrained, we deploy the updated model back into production, closing the loop. This cycle is crucial because it helps ensure our AI products stay relevant and accurate as conditions change. It embodies an ongoing process of learning, monitoring, and improving, which is fundamental to maintaining reliable AI systems in product development. Let's take a closer look at how AI product development differs from traditional product development. On this slide, we see a comparison across several key aspects. First, the approach. Traditional development is rule-based and deterministic, meaning it follows fixed rules and produces predictable results. In contrast, AI development is data-driven and probabilistic, relying on patterns in data to make decisions. When it comes to inputs, traditional methods focus primarily on user requirements, what users expect the product to do. AI, however, incorporates both data and algorithms, enabling it to adapt and improve over time. The outputs also differ significantly. Traditional products typically deliver fixed functionality, what was designed initially. AI products, on the other hand, are dynamic and can evolve, providing changing behavior based on new data and learned patterns. Looking at the development cycle, traditional development tends to be linear: plan, build, test, deploy. AI development is more iterative: train, test, learn, and then retrain. This cycle repeats as the AI system improves. Decision-making is another key point. Traditional systems rely heavily on human-driven decisions, while AI systems can be assisted or even fully automated in decision processes, reducing manual intervention. The focus areas also vary. Traditional development emphasizes functionality and user experience, ensuring the product works well and is user-friendly. AI development, however, concentrates on prediction, personalization, and automation, making systems smarter and more responsive. Finally, regarding risk, traditional development outcomes are more predictable since everything is predefined. AI introduces uncertainty, so ongoing monitoring and retraining are essential to maintain performance and manage risks effectively. Overall, understanding these differences helps us see how AI is transforming product development, making it more adaptable, data-centric, and capable of delivering personalized experiences. Let's take a moment to look at the different roles involved in product development: product owner, product manager, and business analyst. Each of these roles has a unique focus that contributes to the success of the project. The product manager, or PM, is primarily concerned with the what and why. They decide what features or products need to be built, and just as importantly, why those features matter to the business or the end users. Their role is strategic, thinking about the big picture and ensuring that what we're building aligns with overall goals. Next, we have the product owner, or PO. Think of them as the person responsible for the how and when. They make sure that the right features are delivered at the right time, within each sprint. Their focus is more on execution, ensuring the development team is working on the right things, in the right order, and that everything is on track. Finally, the business analyst, or BA, zeroes in on the details and data. They capture the business logic behind the features, making sure that requirements are clear and well understood. Their role is crucial for translating business needs into precise, actionable specifications that the development team can implement accurately. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding these roles helps us see how collaboration and clear responsibilities drive successful product delivery. Each role complements the others, ensuring that we build the right product at the right time with the right details. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. The product owner is responsible for maximizing the value of the product that the Scrum team creates. This means that they need to focus on delivering the most valuable features and improvements that align with the overall goals. In the Scrum Guide, it emphasizes that the product owner's role is all about ensuring that every piece of work the team does contributes positively to the product's success. So, their accountability is central to making sure that the product evolves in the right direction and provides real value to stakeholders. Remember, this role connects directly with our theme of delivering value efficiently and effectively through Scrum. The product owner acts as the bridge between the stakeholders and the team, prioritizing work based on what will bring the most benefit. Ultimately, their focus on maximizing value helps keep the team aligned and focused on what truly matters. Now, let's take a closer look at the roles involved in AI product development, starting with the product owner, or PO. Their main focus is on delivery. They own the backlog, write user stories, and prioritize sprints to ensure progress. In the AI context, this means translating AI capabilities into clear user stories and making sure that the AI features we develop actually deliver real value to users. Next, we have the product manager, or PM. Their focus is on strategy. They define the overall vision, roadmap, and strategic direction for the product. In AI terms, this involves defining the use cases for AI, aligning the model outcomes with the broader business goals, and ensuring that the AI solutions are ethical and explainable, which is increasingly important. Finally, the Business Analyst, or BA. Their role centers on requirements gathering. They support the team by documenting processes, understanding business needs, and defining data requirements. In the AI context, this means identifying what data we need, validating datasets, and bridging the gap between business rules and AI outputs. Together, these roles ensure that AI projects are not only technically sound, but also aligned with business objectives and deliver tangible value. Let's take a moment to look at how different roles ensure the success of an AI project. The product manager, or PM, makes sure that the AI is actually solving the right problem. It's about focusing on the right challenge and aligning the AI's goals with business needs. Then we have the product owner, or PO, who ensures that the model outputs fit seamlessly into user workflows and truly deliver real value. It's not just about the technical performance, but about making sure users can benefit from it easily. And the business analyst, or BA, makes sure that the data and logic behind the model are correct and traceable. This means ensuring data quality and understanding how the model makes decisions. Now, an important point to remember is that in AI products, the team isn't just building features. They're building learning systems that adapt and improve over time. When we compare AI product development to traditional product development, the key difference is that AI involves continuous learning and iteration. It's not a one-and-done process. It's about creating systems that evolve with data and user feedback. This shift requires a different mindset, a focus on ongoing improvement, and a deep understanding of how all these roles work together to deliver value. Applying Agile and Scrum ceremonies is all about creating a structured yet flexible framework. In Agile, our main focus is on delivering value in small, manageable, and iterative cycles. This approach allows us to adapt quickly and ensure we're always working on what matters most. Scrum ceremonies play a vital role here. They provide the rhythm and structure for planning, collaboration, and continuous improvement. These ceremonies, like sprint planning, daily stand-ups, reviews, and retrospectives, help teams stay aligned, communicate effectively, and constantly refine their process. So, by applying these ceremonies thoughtfully, we make sure that our work remains focused, transparent, and adaptable, key principles that support the overall success of Agile projects. Let's take a closer look at the Agile Manifesto. This document is really the foundation of Agile practices, emphasizing the core values and principles that guide teams toward more flexible and collaborative ways of working. At its heart, the Agile Manifesto values individuals and interactions over processes and tools, meaning that people and communication are more important than rigid procedures. It also prioritizes working software over comprehensive documentation, so delivering functional solutions quickly is key. Additionally, it values customer collaboration over contract negotiation, encouraging ongoing engagement with clients to ensure the final product truly meets their needs. And finally, it favors responding to change over following a fixed plan, recognizing that adaptability is crucial in a dynamic project environment. These principles collectively help teams become more responsive, innovative, and aligned with customer needs, topics we've been exploring throughout this presentation. Let's take a closer look at Agile frameworks. These are essentially the structured approaches that teams use to implement Agile principles effectively. They provide the methodology and practices that guide how work is planned, executed, and reviewed. Some of the most popular Agile frameworks include Scrum, Kanban, Lean, and Extreme Programming. Each of these frameworks offers unique tools and processes tailored to different project needs and team dynamics. For example, Scrum emphasizes iterative development through sprints, with roles like Scrum Master and Product Owner to facilitate collaboration and accountability. Kanban, on the other hand, focuses on visualizing workflow and limiting work in progress to improve efficiency. The key point here is that choosing the right framework depends on your project goals, team size, and organizational culture. What's important is that these frameworks all reinforce the core Agile values of collaboration, adaptability, and delivering value early and often. Connecting this to our overall theme, Understanding these frameworks helps us see how Agile principles are put into practice across various contexts, enabling teams to be more flexible, responsive, and customer-focused. Today, I want to introduce you to the Agile Scrum framework, which is a popular approach in managing complex projects. At its core, Scrum emphasizes iterative progress through small, manageable chunks called sprints, typically lasting 2 to 4 weeks. This allows teams to adapt quickly and deliver value frequently. The framework is built around key roles like the product owner, who defines what needs to be done, the Scrum Master, who facilitates the process and removes obstacles, and the development team, which is responsible for delivering the product increment. Clear roles help ensure everyone knows their responsibilities and stays aligned. Another crucial aspect is the set of ceremonies or meetings, such as sprint planning, daily stand-ups, sprint reviews, and retrospectives. These meetings foster communication, transparency, and continuous improvement. During sprint planning, the team selects what work they'll complete. Daily stand-ups keep everyone synchronized. Sprint reviews showcase what's been accomplished, and retrospectives allow the team to reflect and improve their processes. The framework also relies heavily on artifacts like the product backlog, which is a prioritized list of features or tasks, and the sprint backlog, which details what the team commits to during a sprint. These tools keep everyone focused and ensure progress is visible. Overall, the Agile Scrum framework aligns perfectly with the idea of agility, being flexible, collaborative, and customer-focused. It's all about delivering value efficiently while continuously adapting to change, which ties back to our overarching goal of building better products faster. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Let's take a closer look at the Scrum framework. This framework is really the backbone of how Scrum teams operate effectively. It emphasizes collaboration, transparency, and iterative progress. At its core, Scrum involves a set of roles, events, and artifacts that work together to help teams deliver value quickly and adapt to change. The key roles include the product owner, who prioritizes work, the Scrum Master, who facilitates the process, and the development team, who actually build the product. The main events are the sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective, all designed to keep the team aligned and continuously improve. Artifacts like the product backlog, sprint backlog, and increment help keep everything organized and visible. Overall, the Scrum framework is about creating a rhythm and structure that fosters collaboration, flexibility, and continuous delivery, making it a powerful approach for managing complex projects. Let's take a closer look at Scrum artifacts. These are the essential tools and documents that help us stay aligned and transparent throughout the project. First, we have the product backlog, which is essentially a prioritized list of everything that needs to be done. It evolves over time as we learn more and as priorities shift. Then, there's the sprint backlog, which is a subset of the product backlog that the team commits to completing during a sprint. It includes specific tasks and goals for that period. Finally, we have the increment, which is the sum of all the completed work at the end of a sprint. It represents the potentially shippable product that adds value. These artifacts are crucial because they ensure everyone on the team has a clear understanding of what's going on, what's next, and what has been accomplished, keeping the project transparent and aligned with our overall goals. Let's take a closer look at the core Scrum ceremonies. These are the key meetings that keep the team aligned and ensure the project stays on track. First up is sprint planning. This is where we plan the work for the upcoming sprint, involving the product owner, project manager, development team, and business analyst. It happens at the start of each sprint, which can last from 1 to 4 weeks. Next is the daily stand-up, a quick daily check-in lasting about 15 minutes. The main goal here is to track progress and quickly unblock any issues the team might be facing. Usually, the development team participates daily, and having the product owner optional can help streamline communication. Then we have the sprint review, typically held at the end of each sprint. This is when the team demonstrates the work they've completed to stakeholders and gathers valuable feedback. It's a great opportunity to ensure the product is meeting expectations and to make adjustments if needed. Finally, there's the sprint retrospective. This is a reflective session held after each sprint, where the team reviews what went well, what could be improved, and how to enhance their processes moving forward. Both the development team and product owner participate here. These ceremonies are essential because they foster transparency, collaboration, and continuous improvement, core principles that drive successful Scrum projects. Now, let's look at how Poe applies AI within the Scrum framework. During sprint planning, it's essential to include AI feature priorities, such as predictive recommendations and automation, to guide our development focus. Moving into backlog refinement, we need to incorporate data requirements and model training tasks, ensuring our backlog reflects the ongoing work needed for AI advancements. In the daily stand-up, tracking AI experiments, model training, and feature development becomes crucial so the team stays aligned on progress and challenges. During sprint review, we demonstrate AI predictions and outcomes to stakeholders, showcasing the tangible results of our efforts. And in the retrospective, we evaluate model performance, accuracy, and lessons learned to continuously improve. What's important to understand is that in AI product teams, these ceremonies look similar to traditional Scrum, but the work is fundamentally data and model-driven. Continuous monitoring and learning are embedded into the workflow, making these practices essential for building reliable AI solutions. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide.